Literally just turned on my heater. I didn't even think I was gonna film this tonight. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Why do I always have my water bottle when I'm filming? I literally just got out of the shower. I didn't even think I was gonna film this tonight. I don't even know what I'm doing. I honestly should just go the fuck to sleep. But here I am. And I'm probably gonna get ready for bed when I'm talking. I don't even have like a script or shit for this video. This video might be a train wreck. I don't even know. We'll see. When I tell you, I genuinely did not think I would be filming this right now at 11:47 at night. Why can I read for a second? I did not think I would be filming this, but here I am, and I want to talk about it. So everybody on TikTok, I don't know what it is, but recently one of my TikToks, not to toot my own horn, has kind of like blown up for me. And when I say blown up, like look at that view count. I don't know if you can see that. Like that's a little bit crazy. Look at the bottom. For me, that's a little bit wild. And I've been gaining followers like crazy. And people have been commenting like crazy. I need to start responding back to comments again. Like I have to respond like every few hours. It's actually kind of wild. Yes, I don't have the most followers. I will be honest with you, I don't. But it's a start. Don't even get me started on my backup TikTok with only 54. So, you know, you got to start somewhere. But this video is mainly going to be me talking about my chronic illness story and like how I developed my chronic illness. I'm not going to go into crazy detail because I feel like the stories I couldn't tell until I graduated high school is going to really intertwine with this, but I wanted to post this before the stories I couldn't tell until I graduated high school comes out, because I think it's going to really explain everything that happened to me throughout high school and then me developing my chronic illness. So I want to talk, I'm hearing a motorcycle. I want to talk about what my chronic illness is. I have a note on my phone that I always, when people ask me about my chronic illness, this is what I tell them. So I'm going to read off my notes. So I'm sorry if you just see me looking down. So before I get into it, I have POTS, and I'm also wearing a heart monitor for a week. I get to take it off Sunday. It's Thursday when I'm filming this, November 13th. But it's been rough, and I think that's, and I filmed a TikTok and it blew up, as I told you, and that was the video of me removing my monitor and freaking out, and it kind of blew up. So I have POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is a autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So my nervous system doesn't work like every other person's. So the things that your body controls, like your body doesn't think about it. Like you have to think to breathe sometimes. So things that your autonomic system controls is your heart rate, your blood pressure, your digestion, and your temperature regulation. My body cannot do that. My body is all out of whack. So most people, when they stand up, a lot of people know this about POTS, when most people stand up, their body automatically adjusts, okay? So their heart rate goes up a little bit, their blood vessels tighten, the blood flow goes to their brain normally. But when it comes to me with my POTS, my body doesn't adjust correctly when I'm going from sitting to standing and whatever. So my heart rate shoots up between 30 plus beats per minute. It can really vary. I can go from 95 to 160 to almost 200. So it could really be, or my heart rate could be 50 and it could spike. It really just depends. My blood will pull into my legs and it will hurt so bad, and I get less blood to my brain for a few seconds, which can lead into symptoms, which is dizziness, feeling faint, fast heart rate, palpitations. Literally why I'm wearing the monitor right now, which we'll get into. Chest pain, chest pressure, shortness of breath, shaking, fatigue, nausea, passing out, which I am a passing out potsy girly. I pass out quite often, which I do have some stories, which we're gonna get into. So, a lot of people can develop POTS for multiple different reasons. Do not think you're special if you think you're not going to develop it. It can literally happen to anyone. It can happen because of viral infection. It can happen because of COVID. It could happen because of a surgery like your wisdom teeth. It could happen from postpartum. It can happen from trauma and surgery. It can happen from long term illnesses. It can happen from autoimmune diseases and conditions, and also diabetes. Like, literally anything can cause it. So, don't think you're some special little tootsie pootsy. Why did I say that? Don't think you're special, okay? It can happen to anybody. I was gonna get ready while I filmed this, but I decided not to. So why is POTS so debilitating? So I want to say that, I'm sorry if you can see my laundry that I haven't folded. This is like not it. I'm just gonna like, I don't care. A lot of people don't realize that POTS is a spectrum. So some people cannot even physically drive a vehicle. Meanwhile, some feel fine, just need to drink a little bit extra water and they're good to go. So it affects every system in your body. So it can affect you walking, showering, standing in lines, eating, sitting up, running marathons. Like, you feel like your body is running a marathon constantly. Your heart is constantly pitta-patta, pitta-patta. So, is POTS like dangerous? No, technically not really, but it can be very disruptive to your nervous system. I'm gonna brush my hair because it's pissing me off. And it can be very debilitating. Like, for me, it can be really debilitating. There's some days where I feel like I'm a 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm normal. I don't feel like I'm chronically ill. And then some days it hits me like a freaking bus. Like, it goes, it's like, that boy is corrupt, like Sabrina Carpenter's song, and then I'm in a flare up for like 4 days. So it's definitely rough. There's not many, like, there's not a cure. There's not a bibbity bobbity boo that we can do and fix my chronic illness. There's not a magic potion I can take and not be ill ever again, which I wish. But I can focus on my hydration and my electrolytes, which I talk about on TikTok, my salt intake, which I also talk about on TikTok, compression garments, leggings, socks, tops, medications, which is beta blockers and other meds, physical therapy, and lifestyle adjustments, so food and nutrition and things like that. So that is my brief rundown in my notes app of my chronic illness. So now we're gonna get into the story. Why is this like 7 minutes already? Okay, so I was an athlete when I was a child. I played soccer for multiple years, and then in high school I became a swimmer. So when I was in high school, I developed POTS in the year of 2023. At this point, I just got out of a long-term relationship, and when I say long-term, it was my first ever relationship. It was pretty serious for me, which that relationship will be in the stories I couldn't tell until I graduated high school, which will break that one down for you, because geez, that boy is corrupt, literally. But I was a student athlete. I was swimming every single day. I was working. I was also a student. I was dual enrolled, so I was doing college classes and I was doing high school classes. So basically, my schedule was packed. I was swimming 9 to 10 every single night for swim, and I loved it. Towards the end of 2023 and the beginning of 2024, I started passing out because of my chronic illness. At the time, we did not know what was going on, and I was seizing. My parents thought I had, well, my mom works in the medical field, and my mom thought I was having seizures. So we went to neurology. I did the head wire thing, which at the end of the video, I will post photos and videos and clips that I've taken over the last 2-ish years of everything. But that year, I got diagnosed with POTS in December of that year, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, most of that year towards the end was blur because of everything that was going on with me health-wise, to be fully transparent. It was really bad in 2023, but not to the point where I left school. So I fought through it through December to, I think, like February. I was passing out. I wasn't feeling good. I was still going to school, still swimming, still doing everything normal. And it started getting really bad to the point where I couldn't go upstairs. You know, my school at the time is separated. So there's 2 stories and there's 4 stories, and I had to go in the 4 stories, and I would feel like I was gonna pass out and throw up and die when I made it to the 3rd or 4th floor. I passed out in one of my classes. My teacher did not know what to do, did not handle the situation properly. Students laughed at me. There's a video recording of it. I don't personally have it, but I've seen it multiple times. It was great. You know, I had the emergency EMS called one time because I passed out and hit my head. I didn't get a concussion or anything from that situation because my friend actually knew what to do in that situation. That was a good friend, but we don't really talk now. But that was a good time, because they knew what to do. And my parents and me sat down with my like health team because we were trying to figure out what to do. And I was being stalked and harassed and escorted around campus by police because I was being stalked and harassed and bullied and cyber harassed, and just, it was bad. And you'll learn way more about that in the stories I could not tell until I graduated, part 1 and part 2. There might even be more parts because there's so many fucking stories from that time. But I felt so freaking alone. And that's why, in the past year, I started posting my story with my chronic illness on TikTok because I wanted other people that develop chronic illness as teenagers, or just anyone who has a chronic illness, to not feel alone, because I know what it's like to feel so freaking isolated every single day and like feel so alone. So, like I said, me and my parents sat down with my health professionals and we made the decision that I would leave school. So when it came down to it, I did not tell anyone, okay? I did not tell my friend group. I did not tell shit, okay? So when I stopped going to school, I like dropped off the face of the fucking earth. And it was towards the middle or end of the semester of junior year, I think, or my junior year technically. It it was really weird. And it was really scary because no one reached out. Fun fact. Like a max of like 2 or 3 people reached out to me, being like, "Where are you?" the entire time. And even now, you know, I've graduated. It's been, I graduated in June, and it's November, and I've only had like 2 or 3 people reached out. And I post about my chronic illness on the internet, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat, and a lot of people from my school that I used to go to that I fucking hate, and I won't say the name of it because legal reasons, a lot of them knew what was going on and they saw my post and didn't reach out to me, which I don't understand. Like, if I knew you and I was kind of friends with you and I kind of knew you, I would reach out. Maybe that's just the type of person I am. Maybe I'm just an awesome human being. I don't know. I just think that's the most basic human decency thing you can do. Maybe that's just me. So I was really struggling. I went to cardiology. I got beta blockers. The first cardiologist I ever met was absolutely fucking ass. She was basically like, "You're going through growing pains. You'll grow out of it. It'll be fine." Girl, I know what growing pains are. I broke my growth plates in my ankles so many times growing up. My right ankle, I probably broke like 9 or 10 times in the growth plate. Broken a toe before in soccer, my wedding ring finger in soccer because I was a goalie, and now my wedding ring finger is crooked, and I'm forever gonna be mad about that because the girl that did that was a freaking asshole, and I'm so mad about it. Honestly, see, you can see, ugh, it makes me angry every day. It's like when I get my engagement photos in the future, it's gonna be all freaking crooked, and I'm gonna be so mad because look at it. That's not me even trying. That's me like doing my hands normal. It's like not a part of the story at all whatsoever, but it's definitely been really interesting and really rough, and like navigating chronic illness at such a young age. And like every time I go to cardiology, I'm surrounded by old people, which is cool because I've always had an old soul. I've been told that my entire life, but also at the same time it's like I should be out partying and going to college parties and like, Halloween weekend, everybody was posting their Halloween costume for Halloween weekend. What was I doing? I was in a flare up in bed feeling like death. So it's definitely very difficult, and I'm learning how to navigate it and just process everything. And therapy is the best. Absolutely love therapy. I've been in therapy since second grade, which we'll talk more about that later in a different video. But it's definitely been a very interesting journey, chronic illness wise. For my family, also, my parents have really supported me. My boyfriend Zach has really supported me, which I don't think he's ever gonna watch this. But if family, if you're watching this, I love you. And a few friends that I've made along the way, and also my TikTok community. Oh my gosh, you guys have been so helpful. I've made so many great friends on TikTok. You guys were so sweet for the most part. I've had like 2 hate comments on TikTok, and I ripped them a new one. I clapped that shit. I was like, one of them was like, it's not that bad. And it's like, if you've never had to wear a heart monitor, don't talk. But I try to be very vulnerable and like talk about the shit that sucks with chronic illness. Like, I didn't get a senior year. I had to leave immediately. I told no one. So I didn't ever go to prom ever. Like, I still have my prom dress that I never got to wear junior year because I was in the hospital. I was at the emergency room because my heart was acting up. Instead of going to prom. I went to homecoming once with an ex-boyfriend, not my first ever boyfriend. I think this was like it's a long story, which I'll tell more in the stories I can until I graduated. I'm really promoting that. Sorry. But I went to homecoming and he was just a shitty guy, and it was fun, but just not with him. Noted. But I definitely think, I'm learning how to cope with everything. It's definitely rough. Social media is such like a highlight reel of everybody's lives, and you don't ever see people post like what they're actually going through. And I think that's the big thing on my social media page that I try to do is be real and authentic with you guys and just everybody in general. Like, I will show you me crying. I will show you me crashing the fuck out. I will show you basically me being like, I feel so behind and I hate my life right now in this moment. But I'll also show you like me having fun dancing around when I feel good, or laughing or being happy and being grateful for my opportunity in just this world, and just to talk about what I'm going through. And I feel like there's a lot of beauty in that. Um, so I think that's really cool. But I'm really excited for the stories I couldn't tell until I graduated. I still have so much editing to do because there's so many stories, and I'm pulling in screenshots. I think I might just put a screenshot loop at the end of the video for the stories I couldn't tell until I graduated. Please let me know if I should do that or not in the comments, because I want to post the screenshots like as I'm talking about them, but also at the same time I'm gonna have to. There's so many. There's so many that it's gonna be rough. I want to also talk about, this is like not about my chronic illness, but I also want to say that I'm never gonna say names of people in those videos. I will like make fake names. So hypothetically, say a girl's name, the girl who did this shit, her name starts with a K. I'm just gonna say K, or I'm gonna say Susan or Sally. Sorry if that's your name, but like I'll make up a fake name, but I will give you like in the description of the video a key of like all the names, the fake names I use, so then you can keep track of the stories because they will come back in part 1 and part 2. Like they all intertwine, which that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm really excited for that video. It's definitely taking a lot of work and a lot of like time and editing, and I know it's gonna take such a long time to upload. I'm trying to make sure it's not like 4 hours long. It's not actually gonna be like max, it's gonna be like 45 minutes for the first one. I hope, fingers crossed. I really don't want to ramble that long for a video. Not because I don't want to, it's just because I don't think your guys' attention span, especially with TikTok, people's attention spans are not that long anymore. Even though I love long YouTube videos, that's just me. But I definitely am really excited about that. I'm also vlogging me getting a tattoo, which that is going to come out, which once I get the tattoo, which I'm getting it after Thanksgiving now. I moved my tattoo appointment since I'm wearing my heart monitor because it's annoying as shit. But I want to say also, I'm so grateful for you to be here. Not to use the stupid YouTube slang, but I hope you hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on my, like, spam TikTok, because why not? Follow me on Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram, because keep up with me. We can be friends. And then if you have any business inquiries or whatever, my email's always in the inbox. Duh. But I hope you have a great day, great night, wherever you are. It's the next day. It's Friday now. Friday. Last Friday night. I hope that doesn't demonetize me or mess up. Like, I know I'm not supposed to sing. Well, it's me singing the song, so I think it's fine. But I hope you have a great night, a great day, wherever you are. I'm gonna probably do my skincare and get ready for bed, because I was originally gonna get ready for bed while I film this, but then I decided to yap too much. So, but I hope you're doing well. Stay hydrated, stay safe. I love you, and have a great night.